Morning, everyone. Welcome to another episode of Trading Bitcoin with your host, Tone Vase, coming to you very early out on the East Coast. I believe it's about 2:30 in the morning. So sorry about that. But I am in Riga, Latvia. This is day 2 of Baltic Honey Badger. And I do have to get to the conference. I am speaking in a little bit, speaking in about an hour or maybe in about 2 hours or so. So let's get straight to the charts. Let me set up here. All right, everything's working. All right, cool. Let's do it. Let's go to screen share, see what's going on. Oh, this is a conference. Here's our Baltic Honey Badger. Here's the agenda. Giacomo Zucco kicking it off. I will be on the second panel of the day, along with Whale Panda and Matt Odell would be the host. Lots of other great speakers, and then I'm closing out the day with Seyfedina Moose, Pierre Richard, Francis Poulier. Wow, that's actually that's a good panel, hosted by Max Kaiser. Awesome. Good job. Another great conference. All right. Yeah, you guys should be able to watch day 1 live. Oh, they have it up there already. Or is this last year? Oh, this is 2017. This is 2018. There was a video. I tweeted it out, so you can rewatch all of yesterday's. And oh, I don't even know what Ambroid looks like. I'm gonna find out. I think he's on my panel. All right, cool. It's been a good conference. All right. Before we kick off the price, once again, I have to I gotta promote the Bali event. It's actually doing really well. We're gonna come close to 30 people. We'll probably get to like 20. So it's gonna be great. Check it out. Check out the profiles of some of the traders, some of the funds. You have their links that are being represented. It's gonna be a good event, guys. Bali 19th to 25th. Over at tonebase.com, we have the next workshop coming up, which is in Bucharest. We have Bucharest, Romania. I will be going there. Other than that, it's just the on-demand videos. If you go to my calendar, right now I'm here at a Baltic Honey Badger. I'm off to Baku. Then I'm off to Georgia. Then probably Ukraine. Should probably add these days. Then we have Prague, and after Prague, I will be headed over to Romania, and then followed by the UK. I'll be in London for CC Forum. You can register for free. I'll tweet it out again one more time. Then Bali, of course, Singapore, Greece, then Portugal, and then I'm not sure yet. We'll figure it out later. All right, that's it, guys. If you want to support, check out the affiliate. If you're gonna sign up for TradingView or you're gonna be trading, check out the affiliate links. Okay, let's go to the charts. Here's the weekly chart, and once again, nothing has changed. I am sorry for such a boring market on the longer level time frames, but I tell you what, whichever way the long-term time frame skews going forward is I will be a big proponent of that trade, right? So we are now going on 9 consecutive weeks of being in a cash position. So this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is the 9th week. And guess what? This week's almost over. So tomorrow, it will be 10 weeks going on to its 10th week of no position in the market based on a weekly scale. Now, this is, in my view, this is based on my TA. Now, those of you that are using other TA, for example, Socrates, would have no problem being short because we're below the parabolic SIR. We're also below the 7-period moving average, which I find fairly useful in the weekly time frame. We're also below, we've fallen below the upwards rising trend line. So all of these are bearish signs. What are the bullish signs? The bullish signs are, well, there's not many of them, right? So So there's two bullish signs right now. One, we stayed above the 38% Fibonacci. That remains bullish. We also have this lower shadow that's going to close out the week. Now, this isn't happening at the low, but it's still pretty good. Fabric King, thank you so much for your generous donation. And Ronaldo, thank you. I see your question. Let me just read it right now. Otherwise, I'll forget. If I have your TD Sequential on my old TradingView account, can you transfer the account to my new paid account? Yes, we can. I saw an email. It's just the weekend, and I'm just busy here at the conference. But we absolutely can. So just shoot us an email if you were the one that sent the email about this, because I saw that headline. We'll take care of it within 24 hours. So yes, if you just have to provide us the TradingView usernames, right? So give us the old one so we can remove it, and then give us the new one so we can add it. Okay. We might need to verify you by your email, but yes, this is absolutely something that we do. All right. So this can really still move either way. Now, because this is a green price flip, this is where things get tricky. Because this is a green price flip, this week we needed to fall below this red line in order to activate a short trade on Bitcoin. Now, if we fall below this red line next week, we are not going to activate a short trade on Bitcoin. We would need to wait yet another week. So this means that going into next week, we could only activate a bullish trade according to Sequential. Like, this is just how Sequential works. And Sequential has told you to do nothing in the last 9 weeks. And the only trade it can activate next week is going to be a bullish trade. Okay? That's the only option you have. All right. Maybe I drew a little too early. We still have a full day, but I'll keep it there. 1 second, guys. All right, I'm back. Okay, let's go to the daily chart. The daily chart is within the descending triangle. Being within the descending triangle is not a good sign, but if we can hug the upper downsloping line, there is a higher probability that this triangle will break out. Remember, it's not guaranteed that this triangle will break down. That is just a slightly more probabilistic scenario. Now, I do understand that this triangle is happening at the top of a trend. That is very, very different than a descending triangle like this happening at the bottom of a trend. Very different things, okay? So I understand that. So you got to keep in mind that there is a chance that this thing is going to break out. It's possible. And if we can stay at the top of the triangle, it makes it easier to break out. We continue to stay above the 128-day moving average, and we are flirting with the 20-period moving average. 50-period moving average. And look, if you project the moving average forward, the moving average is about to be above this triangle. And we'll see where it goes. Not really much to say. Now, the sequential is neutral right now. Now, we are in a green 4, but notice how the green 2 never crossed above the 1, the 3 never crossed above the 2, and the 4 never crossed above the 3. So if tomorrow is a neutral day, it's going to price flip to a red 1. Now, ideally, what you want on this daily chart is to have a green 2 going above a green 1 as it's breaking the triangle to the upside, or the flip side, a green 2 breaking below a red 2 breaking below the red 1, as we're breaking the bottom of the triangle. We still have a good month to go, potentially, before this triangle shows you anything. Maybe not a month, but a good, 2 to 3 weeks. Hopefully, this thing won't break down before the Bali event. I really don't want to see that. If anything, I'd love to see it happening during the Bali event. Here's the longer term look at the daily chart. We got into the old channel, and we have now fallen back out of this channel. Doesn't really mean much, but just keep that in mind. Okay, just be aware. All right. Next time frame. Let's see what's going on. This is the weekly time frame. Not really interesting. Let's look at the 4 hour. So the 4 hour is, again, not very interesting, unfortunately. It's staying within this descending channel and also within the triangle. It's the same triangle as the daily, only the 4 hour gives us a little bit extra information in saying that, hey, if this triangle breaks down, there's a high probability, and if it does break down, it would be sometime in October. I'm going to go to October 5th. October 5th is a very critical day for me. And the bottom of the triangle is at the $6,000 range, down 36%, which is a reasonable target. I think that's a reasonable target. I think a lot of buyers will step up in that area. Okay, potentially even at $7,000 area. That's the middle. That's the middle band right here. That's another one to pay attention to. Okay, right here. 15-minute chart, not interesting. Minor profitability. If we fall back to $6,000, this minor profitability will come back to this point once again, creating potentially a very good buying opportunity. Actually, no, I'm sorry. This is 3,000. If it falls to 6,000 after the halving, then we'll come back to this orange line. Otherwise, we'll be double it. So if this orange line is at around 5, this would be around 10. I can't count that number. 5 million, 5 billion, doesn't matter. Total market cap, I believe, has a high probability of hitting new lows. Just because total market cap hits new lows, it does not mean Bitcoin can't stay above that. Someone is asking why October 5th is a critical day. I need to write an update. If you go to tomvace.com, now I don't have it in the menu, but if you go to tomvace.com/blog, the last article I wrote that has to do with time, here it is. Bitcoin's time analysis and significance of August 11th. I know it's been a while. I wrote this July 11, 2017. Shows you how often I write these days. And but this article explains my last critical date of August 11th. And those of you that don't remember, August 11th was basically the day SegWit got added to Bitcoin. And I wrote about, and you're like, oh, but everybody knew SegWit was going to get added to Bitcoin. The difference is I initially wrote about August 11th, 2017 being critical on August 3rd, 2014. Actually, before SegWit was even invented. And I wrote how the date of August 11th, I didn't write August 11th. I just said mid-August because I didn't have the code to generate the exact dates, like down to the day. But now there is code. Somebody helped me write it. And so the next critical date, and I don't have the list of dates, when I update this article, maybe next week or something, when I get to Baku or Georgia, I'll write this article up and I guess add to my blog. Finally, once again, I'll give you the list of dates for like the next 5 years. So this way, if I get hit by a bus, at least you have the dates. And October 5th is a critical day. I don't know what's going to happen. It could be a fundamental event in Bitcoin. It could be a technical event in Bitcoin. Now October 5th is not as important as August 11th. The next important date is not going to be until like 2028 or something, or 2025. But it's still an important. It's a minor date. It's like this one. It's like the whatever date was inside March 11, 2011. That was around the big bubble to $30 from like $1. Okay, so just keep that in mind, guys. I will be writing an update to that article, like I said. Okay, Bitcoin dominance, I think, is going back to 90%. It may not happen tomorrow, but it is going to happen. Ethereum is hanging in there. Ethereum is actually looking bullish versus the dollar. It's still on a red 5 on versus Bitcoin. As long as Bitcoin is consolidating, Bitcoin isn't interesting to trade. So people are going to trade more shitcoins. They're going to trade Litecoin. They're going to trade Ethereum. They're going to trade other trash like B-Trash, maybe not B-Trash. So if Bitcoin isn't volatile, traders will need to find volatility elsewhere. And because these shitcoins have been beaten up so much, I'm not surprised that they're like trying to find hope and pray in another alt season. Also, keep in mind what DJ Thistle said, that a good time to buy alt is what was a winter solstice until the spring equinox or something, or spring. I don't remember. I have to go back to the video, but it's possible that alt can rise at the year end, only to fall even harder than after. Binance remains the only coin that has been doing better than Bitcoin in 2019. Let's see if Binance is able to hold its positive run. Remember, at one point, Binance was up 200% versus Bitcoin. Now it's only up 30% versus Bitcoin. So since April, Binance has fallen from 160% down to 30. Binance being above 0 going into year end is actually not the percentages. I'll take the under. I will take that Binance will be under. Binance will not outperform Bitcoin for the year 2019. I will take the under on this one, but not obviously not with a very high confidence. 50-50 shot is whether it will stay above or below 30%. But I have no confidence in the Binance scam coin, and therefore I am expecting it to not outperform Bitcoin this year. This is just the top 10 by coin market cap, and next year I'll update, whoever is in the top 10. Gold, gold's not doing too good, but not as bad as silver. The reason why I like silver here, I don't like it to the upside, is because silver had a beautiful textbook top. You had a wait a minute, is it almost 10 p.m.? 10 a.m.? Oh, wow. So the conference starts in 5 minutes. So I really should get going. And so silver topped on a weekly 9 and daily 9. That's the daily 9. Here's your weekly 9. And silver still has some downside to go on a daily chart. We have about 3 days to go. And I'm going to be watching the setup trend line very carefully. If we can get a 9 above setup trend and show strength, that could be good because it will be within the 1 to 3 week correction, and then we go higher. So next week is going to be very interesting for silver. S&P 500 had a slightly bearish day to close out the week, but it was an amazing week. So this is, I am bullish here. Now here is where you have to use a little bit of brain cells, right? Now, normally I say, hey, when you have a 9 and the market doesn't correct, I don't trade the green 1s above the 9s. But if I have a green 2 above a green 1 above the 9, I go long. But it was a Friday, and this would have happened like at the end of the day before it dropped down. So like, I'm not going to do this on a Friday. I'm not going to take the chance of holding S&P long into the weekend. It can certainly pull back to the breakout level. So I would not be swing trading S&P right now to the upside. But I am leaning more bullish than bearish here. But let's see how it opens tomorrow. I don't have much time for, well, first let me go to the daily chart. I don't have much time for the equity space right now, but I'm just going to take a look at Uber and Lyft, only because I've been watching those like a hawk. So here's Uber. Uber still looks good. This was the daily 9 buying opportunity. Now it's possible to hit your stop loss, but this week right here was also a weekly 9. All right. It was also a weekly 9. By the way, shout out to Nakitshu, who put together an indicator for us that also shows what the sequential setup is doing on higher level time frames. So I'm on a daily chart, and right here it's telling me that Uber is also on a 9 on a weekly scale. This is actually really useful. It would be awesome if it was possible to go in the opposite direction, but unfortunately, we can only do this going into the upper level time frame. Thank you, LSD Bailey. I am looking at the live chat, guys. What a surprise. Tone is bullish the S&P 500. Yes, I've been bullish the S&P 500 for over 8 years. And I've been right for 8 years, except 1 year in between. Peter Brandt recently said that he likes the 18-day moving average on what asset? Probably Bitcoin. That as long as Bitcoin stays above that, then he's more bullish on it. That MA's at about 10,200 right now. Yeah, we're flirting with it then. We're right at it. Leroy, thank you so much for your generous donation. Okay, so Uber is still bullish off of this weekly and daily 9s. Not the best of candles though, so you gotta be careful. Lyft, I believe that Uber can lift, and Lyft is bullish right here. There was the another shot at going long on Lyft, and I do think Lyft looks good as well. I'm not gonna look at the rest of them, guys. That's it for me. I gotta run to the conference. Once again, you can watch the conference live. Where is the agenda? There is the agenda. I will be speaking in about, so it's 10 a.m. right now here. I am speaking at 11:40, assuming they start on time. So I'm gonna, they don't have Uber here. Unfortunately, they have Bolt. I don't know if Bolt is public or not. Let's take a look. And that's my article. If you go to tonevase.com/blog, which isn't in the menu, read the article on Bitcoin's time analysis. You can click on it right there. You can go ahead and check that out. I don't have it in the video description. And the next key date, but not a major date. So the next minor date, let's see here, the next minor date is October 5th. And that's what I'm paying attention to. All right, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Once again, if you're a trader or running a fund looking for traders, you may want to check out our Bali event, which is going to be absolutely great. And I will see you all on the next one. Bye, guys.